Representative Ribble, welcome to the NewsHour. You were part of a small group of conservative House members who met with Speaker Boehner yesterday. Was his resignation a result of that meeting?
Oh, not at all. In fact, that whole idea didn't even come up in the meeting. All of us were quite surprised this morning. Even Kevin McCarthy mentioned that he was told only moments before, and so it caught us all off guard. The resignation or the Speaker's position wasn't part of our discussion with the Speaker yesterday.
Do you think this is a good thing for the House of Representatives?
Well, certainly there's been a lot of concern about maintaining the status quo here. I personally thought the Speaker was doing a pretty good job trying to manage the very diverse opinions within this conference. There's 247 Republicans, and they span the political breadth of republicanism in this country, and it's difficult to get them all to agree on a particular tactic or strategy. And so I felt pretty good about how the Speaker was trying to advance our principles, but clearly there was some dissatisfaction.
Well, there's been rejoicing among many conservatives. We know there was a standing ovation at the Value Voters Summit gathering. We know a number of conservative House members have said they think this is a good thing. I guess my question is, you're still dealing with a Democratic president. The Senate is a different place from the House. How do conservatives in the Republican caucus get what they want now? How is it going to be any different or any better?
I think the one thing that conservatives are going to ask for is a more strict adherence to regular order. I think we all can accept not getting our perfect solution when we feel we've been part of the process, that the process itself has been followed correctly, that members have a chance to offer amendments to bills that come to the floor. I think those were some of the things that were creating some anxiety. But the reality is, as you just mentioned, we do have a Democratic president. We don't have a supermajority in the Senate. And so we're going to continue to try to advance a conservative agenda forward through the House, and we'll just see what Mitch McConnell can do over in the Senate.
Is this a win, though, right now for House conservatives?
Well, I don't know that any of us, I suppose there are some that would say it's a win. I'm not necessarily looking at it as a win, but I do know this, that every single time that you change somebody in leadership, I know this happened in my company before I came to Congress, and now when you have a chance to change some people, you shake up the status quo, you force us to look at things through maybe a little different lens and different prism, and so we might end up with a different result.
It is our understanding, though, that right now the thing that conservatives wanted most, and that is for Planned Parenthood not to be funded, is not going to happen, that there apparently is going to be an agreement that it will be funded for the time being. So how is that a positive in the mind of conservatives?
Yeah, well, I think there's a couple of things there's a couple very fluid dynamics going on. First of all, a couple of the major national right-to-life organizations have asked members of Congress like myself not to shut down the government over the funding of Planned Parenthood, but to continue to try to make the case with the American people so that you can win the hearts and minds of the American people. I thought the Pope spoke out forcibly yesterday and forcefully on the issue of pro-life, where he said that we should respect life at every stage of development. And so I think there's still some seizing that goes on. We have another bite at this apple in December when we do the full funding for the year. We have some opportunity to, again, to expose the practice of Planned Parenthood in the next 60 days. So we'll see what happens from there.
Representative Ribble of Wisconsin, we thank you.
You're very welcome. It's good to be with you.